Good morning, class. This is day one of a 2-day lesson on numbers greater than 1. We also call those mixed numbers or improper fractions. And today's lesson, our lesson goal or I can statement is I can create a model to represent mixed numbers and write them in standard form. Now, you might not know what I mean by all of that, but we're going to learn that. We will be learning that in our lesson. Okay, a model in math is simply a picture or some other representation of a math problem. Okay, so for example, number 1 and number 2, these pictures are models. They're models representing mixed numbers and improper fractions. Okay, so let's look at number 1. As you see, I have 2 separate fraction bars. That means I have a number that is greater than 1 whole. And my fraction bars are cut into 1/4. So each one of these boxes on the fraction bar represents 1/4. So all I need to do now is I need to count up my 1/4 to know what mixed number or improper fraction I have. In this case, we're looking for the improper fraction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5/4. And that is our improper fraction. Okay, so if I want to think about that differently, if I want to think about it as a mixed number, instead of looking at each individual box, I'm going to look at how many whole fraction bars I have. So I have 1 whole fraction bar here, but I don't have a whole fraction bar here. I only have this part. So I have 1 whole, and then I have 1/4 of the next fraction bar. So my mixed number is 1 and 1/4. So I can write this comparison. 5/4 is the improper fraction, and it equals 1 and 1/4. So let's look at this second problem, problem number 2. So I'm going to start with my improper fraction. So I'm going to count how many boxes I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my fraction bars are cut into 1/8. They're cut into eighths. So I'm going to write 1/8 in each one of my boxes. And that's just going to take me a minute. Okay, so I am going to count up how many of these 1/8 that I have. Well, I know I have 8 of them in my first fraction bar, and I have another 8 down here, so 8 plus 8 is 16. So 17, 18, 19. So my improper fraction is 19/8. So I have 8 of them there, and I have 8 of them there. And so see how I skip counted my 2 8s? instead of counting each one of my boxes, you could count each one of your boxes if you wanted to, but you can also do what I did and count them by eighths and then start with the partial box. Okay, so I have, because I've already looked at this, I know I have one whole and I have two whole boxes. So I'm going to write my equal sign. I have two wholes plus 1, 2, 3 left over in the other fraction bar. So my improper fraction is 19/8 equals 2 3/8 for my mixed number. Let's look at, this is going to be problem number 3. We're going to do this one together, and then I'm going to have you do a couple. Okay, so problem number 3. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of my boxes are cut in fifths, so I'm going to mark my boxes as fifths. Oops, didn't mean to do that. My hand hit the zoom. Okay, so I have 5 of them with this one, and then I have 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9/5 equals, I have one whole fraction bar, so one whole, and then I have 4 left over. So my improper fraction is 9/5, and that equals the mixed number 1 4/5. Now it is your turn to do number 4. What I'd like you to do is pause the video and figure out, draw the fraction bars, figure out the answer, then unpause the video to come back to see the correct answer. Welcome back. So, as you can see, I have 3 whole fraction bars and I have 2 left over. So my improper fraction is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 thirds equals 1, 2, 3 wholes plus 2 thirds left over. Now it's your turn again. Pause the video and solve this problem. Okay, my improper fraction is 19/6, and that is the same as 1, 2, 3 wholes with 1/6 left over. Okay, how'd you do? I hope you did great. Okay, so, and remember, this is one way to model mixed numbers to improper fractions. This part, the picture is the model. I'm going to write that on here. Picture is the model. And right here, the improper fraction or the mixed number is the standard. Oops, spell standard right, Mrs. McKenzie. The standard form. Okay, so let's look at another way to model this. This model is using the same sort of concept, but it's written as equation form. So on problem number, I'm going to call this 1 again because we've switched over. On problem number 1, we have fourths. So I want to put a box around 4/4 because as we know, 4/4 equals 1 whole, right? And then I have 1 left over. So the mixed number that this is going to equal is 1 1/4. If I want the improper fraction, all I do is add my numerators, and my denominator is going to stay the same. So my denominator is going to be 4, and I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5/4. So 5/4 equals 1 1/4. Okay, you might be thinking, wow, Mrs. McKenzie, this is a little bit easier, but sometimes we need to start with the picture form and then move to the equation form. So let's look at number 2. Because my denominator's 5, I need to make a box around 5 of these. Let's make sure I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And then I have some left over. So this is going to be the mixed number 1 and 1, 2, 3. Oops, 1, 2, 3. 3/5. If I want to represent that as an improper fraction, it's 5/5, 6, 7, 8. 8/5. Okay. Oh, wow. Number 3, I have an awful lot of thirds here for us. So let's look at this. Again, my denominator's 3, so I'm going to put a box around every 3 fractions. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's going to give me 3 wholes, and I have 1 fraction left over and 1/3. So that's going to equal the improper fraction 3, 6, 9, 10, 10/3. Again, this here is the model. Can't read that. This down here is the standard form. Standard form just really means anytime you see standard form, they want it in the number form. Okay, so I want you to do this one. This is number 4. I want you to pause the video and do this one. Notice our fraction is half. So how many fractions do you need to put together to make 1 whole? Pause the video. Welcome back. I hope you got the mixed number 3 1/2 or the improper fraction 7/2. If you have any questions, I want you to email or text using Remind and there it is, Friday. Our day of the week is Friday. So have a great weekend. There is no math homework for the weekend unless you still have math homework from earlier in the week. Do not hesitate to email me questions about the math homework, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And if you're watching this video before our math lesson, then you can also ask questions during the math lesson. You could also jump on during the math help time, the math homework help time, and I can answer questions then. Talk to you later.